let's begin. Hi there, yogis. My name is Sarah, and this is Sarah Yoga. So we've got a nice class today called Hope, Hips, and Hamstrings. We dig a little bit deeper to find that natural thriving of our own hope in our own practice by getting a little bit deeper into those tighter muscles of the hips, the hamstrings. So this is a condensed version of our full hour class. We've got a 15-minute short little practice that will help open up those hips and hamstrings. If you want the full hour class, feel free to click the link below and you'll have a nice blissful hour of what we're going to do here today. But in the meantime, we'll get started. You don't really need anything other than yourself, but if you know that you might want some yoga blocks or some pillows, grab those and just have them handy. And we'll jump right on in. And again, just kind of let go of the need for the practice to be anything other than what it is, right? You might take some of that stress or that pressure off of the body. Let the shoulders, the elbow points get a little bit heavier here. And the jaw. And then together, in through the nose, take a nice deep breath in. Open mouth. Let it go. All right, so now we're going to make our way onto all fours, and we'll start to make a little more movement here. So stack your hands right underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips, tuck your toes, and when you're ready, inhale, pull the heart forwards, and exhale, round. To use that sound of your own breath, inhale, opening up, to just bring you more internally into the experience you're having. Exhale, round. And then at the bottom of this exhale, we're just going to sink it all the way down and back into child's pose. Knees wide, big toes together, forehead rests on the ground. So just pause here for a moment, feel the ground, catch the weight of your head. Let that to bend this left knee. So we're gonna move right into a pigeon pose on this left side. Start to walk your left foot over to the right. Flex your toes back towards your face and then lower the shin and the knee down. Look back at your right leg, stretch that right leg long, untucking the toes, and then scissor right hip forward, left hip back. Take a nice deep breath in, open up the heart. Feel that length in your spine, and then carry the length with you as you start to bring it down. Right, so if you have blocks and you need a little more height, you can slide your blocks under your elbows. If you need a prop underneath that left hip, you can slide a block or a pillow under your left hip. But then just immediately notice here the weight of the pelvis. As we start to hold some of these shapes, using the breath to flush out some of this extra tension that we all hold on to here in the hips. And you can think of the tension almost like a weight in the body, right? When we start to release that tension, we get lighter. There's more freedom for the breath to move around. But there's nothing you can really force here to happen. Just letting it unfold gradually, breath by breath. And then just notice, right, if the mind drifted off somewhere, this idea that when we focus our mind, right, we create stability in the mind. And we have that power to choose what we focus on. Take another deep breath in here. Feel the breath move down to the belly and the pelvic floor. Stay for the exhale. Let yourself lean into these points of contact you're making with the ground. And then nice and slow. So if you have a block or a pillow underneath your left hip, you'll slide it out. And as we come up, we'll roll over to our left side and spin open. Taking that right leg out nice and long and then walking the left foot to the inner right thigh. So we're setting ourselves up here for Janu Shirsasana, one-legged forward fold. Take your finger pads along either side of that right leg and just gently twist your upper body in that direction as you draw the toes back down towards your face. We're gonna lift the fingertips and the arms away from the ground, send it all the way up on your next inhale. And then on your exhale, take it up and over that right leg. So we're gonna land with the right hand to the outer leg and that left hand grabbing onto the outer thigh, shin, or maybe even the outer foot. Use your right hand on the ground to push down. Find more length here as you reach your heart up and out. And then carry that length with you as you fold a little bit deeper over that right leg. So this is a twist, a fold, and a hip opener in that left hip. This kind of taking any last effort out of it, knowing that the shape itself is going to work on the body all that it needs. And so your sole responsibility here is just to pay attention. Observe your body's own breath, moving in and out. Begin to let the face, all these muscles that comprise the mask of your face, relax. The jaw, the back of the throat, and the tongue. And then when you're ready here, nice and slow, you're going to land that left hand on the ground and begin to roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Just let your right foot be nice and limp as you peel yourself back up. Feel the shoulders fall away from the ears once you arrive up there. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Then we're going to shift here. Hands go up and over that left thigh, and we'll spin around onto our hands and our knees. So just before we switch and find those two poses on the other side, take a child's pose. Knees wide, the big toes together, bring yourself down. And in this child's pose, noticing any difference, any small difference from that right side to the left side. And then we'll begin to climb our way up, starting to use a little less effort here, moving from one shape to the next, letting these transitions be just an equal part as much as the poses are themselves a focus. So we're going to step that right foot forward now. So we're in a nice deep lunge. And then we'll start to transition into our pigeon on the right side. Heel toe the foot over to the left side of the mat. Flex those right toes back towards the knee as you lower your shin down. Look back at that left leg, stretch the left leg long, untuck your toes straight back, and then scissor right hip forwards, left hip back, squaring off the hips. Give yourself a nice deep breath in here, as if you're trying to find an upper back bend. And then exhale, carries you all the way down into your pigeon on the right side. Notice the ground underneath you. Focusing in here on our exhales, maybe making them a second or two longer. Using them to fall a little bit deeper into the ground. Checking back in here, just noticing, right, if there's any other space that the body is still holding on to. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to make our slow climb up out of this side. Right, if you're using any props on that right hip, slide them out. And then we're going to roll over to the right side and start to bring ourselves up, extending out through the left leg. Sole of the right foot to the inner thigh. Then use your finger pads to gently twist your torso towards that left leg, flexing the toes back towards your face. Start to float the arms all the way up towards the sky. Find some extra length here. And then on your exhale, twisting to the left. Left hand comes down to the ground, right hand outer thigh, shin, or foot. We're gonna hang on here. Use your left hand to push away from the ground. Extend the heart forward. And then exhale and fold. All right, maybe noticing if this side is more open or maybe tighter than the other side. And then just kind of letting that experience move you through this side, brand new experience. And give yourself another breath in here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, begin to rise back up into a seat. Just let your left foot be heavy and soft as you float up. Feel those shoulders drop away from the ears. Feel a slight lift through the heart center. And then exhale. Let it go. So we're going to stay in a seat here for a moment longer. Wherever you are, remaining with your eyes closed. Giving yourself one last check-in. How do you feel now? In the body, the mind, and the heart. We'll start to let the corners of our mouth turn up slightly as we bring the palms together right in front of the heart. And we carry this hope with us for the rest of the evening and into tomorrow, the rest of the week, the month, and the year. Closing out here, taking one final deep breath in together. When you're ready, inhale. Open mouth. Exhale, let it go. If you're in a seat, bow your head to the heart center. Namaste.